Valentine's Day and Alice's birthday were around the corner. Naturally, I began planning a ski trip, but that February, like for many of us, life got very confusing. It was a time of a lot of uncertainty, and something special happened. That February, Alice and I stayed home together. We spent nights cooking meals together. We made extravagant cocktails. We walked our dog, Corgi. On weekends, we went kayaking, the golf. It was just us. And I think despite the uncertainty, a bit of chaos, and just general turmoil, Alice was a rock. She was steady. She was constant. She guided us. She guided me. I learned then, what I know now, that all I needed was her. A quiet dinner, a shared project, a long walk, something, anything with her. I didn't need adventure. I didn't need travel to faraway places. I didn't need to go skiing. It was during that February that Alice taught me there was no greater happiness than the shared joy with her, with the person that I loved.
So welcome everyone, I'm Linda, I'm Daniel's mother, and I'm really excited to be able to share with you tonight the beginning of the celebration of the wedding tomorrow and the marriage for ever and ever.
What you see here tonight and what you'll see tomorrow is this world that's been built around these beautiful friendships.
So then Alice decided to go to Tulane for law school, where Dan was already studying at the time. I reluctantly put her in touch with Dan, with the recommendation that he would be absolutely perfect for her as a resource. Maybe he could show her New Orleans. Maybe he could send her the good law school outlines. In fact, I made sure to attach plenty of warnings to the recommendation. At some point, Alice and Dan became Alice and Dan. Though I'm not exactly sure when, because Alice hid it from me for months. But when I saw their relationship in action, I was struck by how they temper each other's extremes in the most amazing way.
Despite my early skepticism, Alice and Dan have turned out to be an undeniable match. I honestly still don't really understand how you guys balance your separate interests, schedules, and cities of residence, but at this point, the results speak for themselves.
Daniel has built these fabulous friendships, and of course, his friendship with Alice has blossomed into what we see here, and Alice has those same qualities, and I know because of that, they've built a beautiful world together.
For me, we talked about this the other day, Alice, the people I always admire the most and think are the absolute coolest are the ones who are the most dynamic. People who can hop from one situation to the next seamlessly, not only fitting in, but thriving. Alice is one of those amazing type of people. The person who I believe knew, saw, and appreciated Alice for all of her layers from day one was Daniel.
Daniel, I really believe that you complete Alice. You share her love for adventure and travel, cocktails, Chinatown, DIY, home improvement, and so much more. You are the sanity to Alice's insanity, a much needed voice of reason, and above all, you make her happy.
Daniel always makes you feel like what you're saying matters, and when you interact with Daniel, you know you belong. Simply put, he's one of those people you can't help but love and look up to, and when you need him, he's there for you, no matter what. Alice, you see people for what they can become rather than what they are today. You and Daniel fit together like puzzle pieces. I speak from experience when I say a good partner makes you the best version of yourself, and I see how your personality balances Daniel's weaknesses.
There you are. Oh my God.
Thank you.
It is said that parents are happiest when they see their children happy. Parents feel the greatest love when they see their dearest sons and daughters are loved and in love. I see this now, and I toast with great happiness, Daniel and Alice.
You look beautiful.
Thank you.
And so the most important thing that I think I wish for them is that they will forever and ever be one another's best friends and the loves of each other's lives. So to Alice and Daniel, peace and happiness forever. I love you.
God is love, and those who abide in love abide in God, and God abides in them. Sisters and brothers, we are gathered here to celebrate the marriage of Alice and Daniel, to witness the vows that they make, to pledge our support and encouragement, and to ask God's blessing upon their holy union.
I, Alice, take you, Daniel, to be my husband.
It's for the first time as husband and wife, the new Mr. and Mrs. Galvez.
I, Daniel, take you, Alice, to be my wife.
And I promise to be your faithful and loving partner.
In plenty and in want.
In joy and in sorrow.
In sickness and in health.
As long as we both shall live.
As long as we both shall live.
About 31 years ago, the best thing in my life happened when Alice was born at Columbia Women's Hospital in Washington, D.C. Little did I know that exactly about 1 year earlier, Daniel Galvez was born in the same hospital, in the same room. And it's karma that Alice and Daniel have been brought together in a wonderful union, and it's so great to have Daniel in our lives.
And all I'm going to say is happy lives to you both, and God bless you all, and God bless you all for joining us in this wonderful event.
Dear Alice, one day we will be old and gray. Neither of us will have much to say. But what is the weather and how is your day? Before that day comes, promise me the following, and I promise you that marrying me will at least be a pill worth swallowing. Promise me you'll continue to guide us through thick and thin, and that you'll keep buying me clothes, even if they have to be from the bargain bin. Keep leading us forward in search of travel and adventure, even when we grow old and our teeth are replaced with new dentures. Make us go out, see friends and dance, even when I would prefer to hang out in my underpants. Until death do us part, always remind me when you're right and I'm wrong, and make sure I don't go away and travel for too long. Most of all, promise to keep being Pete not because you're sweet, but because of your feet. And in return, I promise to keep loving you no matter where we are, whether we're here or there or somewhere afar. Alice, today is the day we say I do, and so I want you to know nothing will ever be sweeter than dinner alone at home with you.
Before God and in the presence of this congregation, Alice and Daniel have made their solemn vows to each other. They have confirmed their promises by the joining of hands and by the giving and receiving of rings. Therefore, I proclaim that they are now husband and wife. Those whom God has joined, let no one separate. You may now seal your love with a kiss.